Hey everyone, it's Rachel. Thank you for joining me in this video. I am making this video for a very special person in my life. She's my best friend, and she is going to be hosting Passover this year with her family. And she asked me to make some decor for her Passover dinner. And boy, was it hard to find anything that I could go off of for Passover. It's no wonder she reached out to me and asked if I could make some things for her. So I interrogated her with some questions, and I researched a lot, and I found 3 cute ideas to give her for her Passover dinner that she'll be celebrating with her and her family. So the first project that we are going to be doing is an iron-on. And the reason why I'm doing iron-on wood is because I wanted to use a gold, actually this is rose gold, excuse me, and I don't like to work with foil adhesive vinyl, so that is why I opted to use iron-on for this project. Plus, there's a lot of intricate cuts here, so I just thought it'd be a little bit easier for me to go ahead and just use foil as well for that reason. So the first project is, so she gave me this is not an original idea, but I created it myself. So she sent me a picture of what little she could find as far as decor, and it was this plate of some sort, and it had all of the 10 plagues shown on the plate. And I thought it'd be really easy to find something like that, and it was not. So I had to create it my own, unless of course she wanted to buy it, but she wanted me to make it for her, and I graciously accepted. I was really excited to do that for her. And so anyways, I also decided to write all the 10 plagues in Hebrew. Now, I don't know Hebrew, but I went ahead and used Google Translate and just typed in each of the plagues. And then I went ahead, there was a little piece of, let me see if I can save that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but this is just part of the design. I'm okay if it doesn't get placed exactly where it was supposed to. Very good. So anyways, I went ahead and went in Design Space and tried to find all of the 10 plagues. So we'll go over them once I get everything weeded out. But for the Hebrew, I don't know if there was a specific font I could have used to write in Hebrew. So I just used Google Translate, and unfortunately I couldn't copy it over into Design Space because the font that I was using would just make it these squares. So it just telling me they don't have the symbols. So I went ahead and copied it into Canva and then downloaded it as a, I think I downloaded it as a, I think it was an SVG file, and then attached everything together, and hopefully I have, because you guys know how Google Translate can be a little bit, it can be a little bit off. But anyways, I hope I have everything written out right. She did send me all of the words in Hebrew, but I think there's like some slight variation, but I didn't want to show her everything because I wanted to surprise her, of course. And but I think I got everything correct. And anyways, so that is what I decided to do for her in this video. And she is so excited to have some decor for her Passover dinner. And I am just always I always love when she tells me about her faith. You know, because I always wanted to go to temple just to kind of see what they do and all that stuff, and just never had the opportunity. But she teaches me a lot about the Jewish faith, and I really appreciate that, and really respect her and everything. And she's getting married in I think, oh no, I think it's September. I think it's September. And so I'm so excited for her. And yeah, so this is going to be, I think this is going to be her and her husband's first Passover dinner. I think. I'm not 100% sure. Or not her husband, but her fiance. So, anyways, there's a lot of intricate pieces with this design, and it is not, the smaller pieces are wanting to come up along with the other bigger pieces, but we will get through it. So here it is. Let me just move that aside here. Okay, so it's the 10 plagues, and we have blood, frogs, lice, wild beast, famine or diseased livestock, boils, hail, locusts, I think it's eternal nighttime. I can't remember. I think eternal night. And then we have the angel of death, or the angel of death. So that is what I decided to do. And I think she loves rose gold, excuse me. So I'm using this is a blank that I got from Makeup Market. So this would be from Michael's. And I'm not going to drill anything, like put a little stand here, or I'm not going to add any ribbon because I don't know if she just wants it on her table as a centerpiece or if she wants to prop it up. I think she wants stuff for her table, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to let her, you know, do whatever she wants with this, hang it up, or just put it on the table somewhere as a centerpiece. And so, which makes this a little bit easy to iron it on, right? Because I don't have to worry about trying to center this at all. And I really am loving this rose gold paired with this white and the natural wood around it. So right now I'm just trying to make sure everything lines up where it needs to be. And I think that looks good to me. So what I'm going to do is hold this down, and then I'm going to go ahead and start ironing this on. Now, how I did this. So what I did, like I said, I used Canva for, and I'm just using my mini press at the level 2. And I just used Canva for the Hebrew and copied it from Google Translate. And then for the images, I just searched for, like, for example, the cow. The cow just had the outline, and I added text, actually. I added for the X for famine or death of livestock. And the rest was pretty easy to find, except for, yeah, everything else was pretty, even including the lice, which I thought would be the hardest one to find in Design Space. But anyways, and then what I did is I drew a guide circle of 8 inches, because this is 8 inches wide. And then what I did is I offset it, I think, or added another circle for the inside for, I think 6.5. I can't remember if I changed it. And I just aligned that circle, or aligned all these symbols along the inside offset of the circle. So that way I know how much spacing I have for from the outside to the inside of each symbol. So that is what I did. So it was a little bit of a challenge. And then also I was trying to line them like a clock, but since there's only 10, it was a little bit, I don't know, a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. But I tried my best, and I am just loving this. And I think she will love this too. I mean, she was even super excited when I sent her just a quick image of me in the process of making this in Design Space, and she was already loving it. So I think that she'll love this even more now that it will be done. So again, we got 3 of them. One's going to be super quick just because, well, I'll explain it here in a moment. You'll understand why I did what I did with that one. But let me go ahead and get this ironed on, and then we will remove the carrier sheet. I think that I have this pretty well heated, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over to help draw out that heat. This mat is pretty cool, and I think it will draw out that heat. While I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and try to remove this and clean up my workspace. Okay, it is pretty cool. It's still slightly warm, so I'm going to be careful and monitor everything as I'm peeling everything back to make sure that nothing comes up. But so far it's doing really good. Okay. Oh my goodness. I am absolutely loving this. I love that I'm so glad that I went with a foil iron-on. I think that just elevates this piece that much more. What do you guys think? Wow, I really think that last one turned out so great. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top that one, but let's go ahead and get into this next craft. So this next craft is going to be an easy craft. There's not much to do with this one, but I definitely think it's worth bringing into this video. So what I did was I did a print and cut because I just really loved this image here. And so what I did was, and I always say that I try to use vinyl for text, but I think because how small this is, it just was not going to be worth my time to go ahead and try to cut it out in vinyl. Plus I wanted it kind of match the background here. So what I did is I found this image on Google and then I uploaded it to, no, I'm not selling it. So, but I uploaded it to Canva and then I deleted the background. In fact, I actually did a little bit more. It was a square shape, and because I did a screenshot of it, and what I did was I used like a tearaway or ripped paper and tried to give it a little bit of a teared effect. So I did that in Designs, or yeah, not in Design Space, but in Canva, and then I downloaded it into Design, or downloaded it, uploaded it to Design Space, did a print and cut, and then actually before that I added this text because I really wanted this text in a font that I had in Canva, which will be listed in the description box. And I just made the word Jerusalem bigger, and I just put next year in Jerusalem, and kind of said that funny, whoops. But anyways, so I asked my best friend if, like, what are some sayings for Passover, and she said that her dad always says next year in Jerusalem. And so I actually Googled it. I guess that means I wish you well, or wish you well for the next year, or something like that. And so her dad says it every year, so she said it. So I thought, you know what, let's go ahead and do that, and do kind of like a skyline of Jerusalem. And so I found this and I just really liked it. So all we got to do, this is pretty, like I said, this is going to be the easiest of the three. And I just went ahead and weeded this out. Done, right? Next, what I'll do is I'll cut out some transfer tape. Okay, now that I got my transfer tape cut out, I'm going to go ahead and place this on my design like so. And I do want to add, the reason why I did not show the process of using Design Space or Canva and the process of all that is mainly because it takes me a long time to do this. Not that it's a long process, but the design process is unbelievably long for me. And I would be recording for like hours because I would flip from one design and go to another, and then I'm not sure if my computer really has enough storage space to be recording that long. So that's why I usually opt for not to record the process of me designing. And really this one didn't, well, actually this was a little bit of a work just because of the ripped edges. But anyways, I do want to try to incorporate more of that tutorial process if I can. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my blank here. This is meant to stand up this way, but I'm going to use it this direction. And then I am going to go ahead and get this placed in here like so. I think I got that pretty good and centered. So you could have applied it like a sticker, but this is way too flimsy to apply it like a sticker, so that's why I opted not to do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and peel back my transfer tape. Now you will see some of that black ink coming out of the, or on the transfer tape, and I don't know why. I think maybe I need to stop using this transfer tape, but it really doesn't dull it down too much for me to really worry about it. I'm trying to work through this and get rid of this transfer tape so I can switch into my favorite transfer tape. I'm almost done with it. I hate to not use it because it is good transfer tape, but those grid lines, they really do mess with my eye, and I have not been making good, I don't know, good signs as much as I would like them to be. I feel like I keep on getting them off centered, and I think that's because I can't get my transfer tape lined up the way I should. There we go. I am loving it. And I almost thought I should have done an outline just to kind of pop it out a little bit more, but I am so glad that I didn't. It almost looks like I ripped it off out of something and put it on this carrier, or on this blank here. So let me know what you guys think, but I think this turned out really adorable. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the last craft of this video. The last craft is going to be a nice long sign that she could probably put somewhere. I don't know where she'll put this, but I'm sure she'll find something to put this on. But anyways, so this actually used to be a Christmas sign. Now it's a Passover sign. I think it's pretty cool. So what I did was I sanded it all off and then I painted it blue. So I kind of did some research, and some of the colors that are used for Passover, or at least one of them, is blue and white. So I thought, let's go ahead and paint this blue. It's a little bit darker than I really have wanted, but actually I have it right here. It is 36357 light blue, from Folk Art. Bought it at Hobby Lobby, and actually bought this for another project. After I did some research and found out that blue is one of the traditional colors for Passover, if you will, I thought, let's go ahead and test this out and see how I like it, because like I said, I was actually going to use this for spring and also maybe an Easter craft. Now I know that these videos are out of order. This is coming out in April, but right now Easter has not even happened. We're not even close to Easter. We're a couple weeks away. So I wanted to test it out, and I thought, what a great idea to use it for her craft. So what I did was I cut out a Hebrew saying, and don't ask me how to pronounce it because I will butcher it like you would not believe. I'm going to cut some of this out because I kind of want to save the vinyl for something else. But basically this says Happy Passover or something like that. And I apologize that you guys can't see this because it is white on white, but I did use my Cricut Joy removable vinyl for this, just because it's longer than 12 inches and I hate getting out my 24-inch mat. So that is why I opted for anything that's long and narrow. I always use my Cricut Joy to cut it out. Okay, let's go ahead and apply some vinyl, and I had to make sure that I'm oriented this correctly because, again, I'm not fluent in Hebrew, so I'm gonna look at my phone real quick to see if I actually have this the right way. It is a good thing that I got my computer out to take a look at the placement, or how this, which way is up and which way is down. And I apologize, I'm not trying to be ignorant to the language. Again, I never studied Hebrew, and I would have had this upside down. So, good thing I took a look at this, because now I have it oriented correctly. And now that I think about it, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because they could have just done something like this, right? But of course I want to apply it the right way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just overlap everything. And I got this see, this is why I cannot do this grid transfer tape anymore, because I just can't ever seem to get this transfer tape straight. And I actually should have used Cricut Joy's transfer tape. Well, it will be fine. No, actually I don't want to do this. Peel this back up. I have part of my letter here cut off, which I think would be fine, but I just want this to be aligned as best as possible. But anyways, I always try to use the Cricut Joy transfer tape because I feel like it works better than using this transfer tape. But I don't know. I wasn't thinking, and it was close by, and all I can think of is getting rid of this transfer tape and getting on to the one I really like. Okay, let's make sure this is good and burnished. I think that should be good to go. So I'm going to peel this back. Now, I asked my best friend if she can speak Hebrew, and she said that I don't think she can, but she can read it. So I thought that was pretty cool. So this is why I put it in Hebrew. And again, I don't know if her parents can or her sister can. I don't know if they can speak it. I'm sure they can read it for sure. But I'm sure they're probably able to speak it as well. But anyways, I'm actually really excited about giving that next year in Jerusalem, because really excited for her to get that, because her dad says that every year, and I thought, I've never met her parents before, but they definitely heard about me and all that stuff, and I'm excited to see what her dad is going to say about that. I think they're going to be surprised with all the decor that they're going to be getting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get that on here and centered and straight as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and measure this. I don't have it. I didn't put a lot of pressure on here, and I'm just going to go ahead and measure it without trying to ruin the project. Excuse me. Okay, so we have about 9/16, and this one is about. Okay, maybe a 16, a little less than a 16 inch off, but I think that's not going to be that noticeable, so I'm going to commit to it. Ooh, did that get pushed up? No, okay, I think we should be good to go. Okay. You guys, I love using this thing. That way you don't have to wrap it all up, and you don't have to use this is really small, and it's great. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and I'll never turn back. I think that should be good to go. And I also guess like it would matter which way is up if she decides to hang it on her wall. But again, I don't think she will. And all she has to do is unscrew that and just prop it up like this. But that's also another reason why I want to make sure I had it going the right way as I'm placing it on here. There we go. I am loving it. I think she is absolutely going to adore this. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in all three projects to see what they look like. And I actually do have a favorite, so let me show you which one my favorite one is. And of course, you got to let me know which one your favorite one is as well. Well, here they all are. I am just adoring every single one of these craft projects for Passover. I have to say my favorite one, I mean really they are all super adorable in its own right. I was thinking this was going to be my favorite, and it's a close favorite of mine, and I absolutely love this. I don't know, I really like it. But my favorite one is this one. I am just loving this gold on this white. It is absolutely awesome. I think that she's going to love them. And at least I hope so. I'm sure she will, but I know she's excited to get them, and I'm excited to give them to her. And it just makes me feel a little sad that she doesn't have more an opportunity to buy. Not so much I don't want her to buy it, because I'd be happy to make it for her, but it just kind of makes me wonder if I need to kind of open up the doors to making decor for other faith holidays. So anyways, let me know which one that you really like, and if this inspires you to maybe make some decor for other faiths that your friends and family are in. All right, thank you for joining me in this video. I hope that you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one.